Now, that's the Wise Guys on Moorlands, and ooh la la. A big good morning to you. It's Moorlands Radio, 103.7 FM. And as promised, we are going to be talking about, we're marking the occasion, it's National Stress Awareness Day. And we know a thing about that, don't we? And to tell us more about this, we've got two guys on the phone. We've got Neil Shah, the head of the Stress Management Society, and also Clare Framrose from the Atom Bank, the UK's first online bank. Morning, guys. You okay?
Good morning. How are you, Matt?
I'm great, thank you. Not too stressed myself this morning, which is pretty unusual, I must admit, for this,
Good to hear.
This time of the morning. Now, National Stress Awareness Day. One of the things that stresses out even the UK is money and what's in our bank account and payday, isn't it?
Absolutely. More so now than ever before, particularly post-referendum, the pound crashing, things in the shops getting more expensive, and this period of uncertainty, the period of uncertainty that we're entering into, for a lot of people is causing stress, particularly around our money.
And that's what you find a lot of arguments and a lot of relationship breakups can be based around finance and money, can't they, unfortunately?
Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, it's often the straw that breaks the camel's back. And, you end up taking out on the people closest to you. So, yes, in a lot of sort of relationship breakups and divorces, finances can often be cited as one of the reasons that things break down.
Now, the Beatles said all we need is love, which is all good and well, but without money, let's be honest, in this day and age, Claire, we can't really do much, can we?
Yeah, absolutely. Money is important. It's important to everybody. But more so, it's about recognition of what your financial stresses are. And Neil will tell you that one of the first steps towards managing stress is to recognise the problems that you have. And then what we're trying to do at Atom Bank is enable people to take control of their money so that they can really start making a difference to their own financial situation.
I suppose it's a case of grabbing the bull by the horns, not being an ostrich and sticking your head in the sand and having a look how much you've got or you haven't got in the bank and trying to do something about it. I mean, what ways are Atom different from maybe other traditional banks? How are they helping customers to keep a track of the finances?
Well, because Atom's a digital bank and it's all managed through an app, it means that we can make things really relevant to our customers so that you can see things that are meaningful either as they're happening or even before they're happening, and that means that you can do something about it.
So we haven't got to wait for the old paper statements to come through and go through them with a pen. It's all there on the app or online, and any incomings and outgoings are there to see straight away, pretty much, I suppose.
Absolutely, yeah. We're trying to make everything as immediate as we possibly can within the app so that you can see what's going on, and we can also help you to identify the things that you can do to take more control and make a difference to your own financial situation.
And Neil, can you offer us any advice? I mean, obviously we've discussed that money, financial situations can stress people out, can make people, people have sleepless nights, people worry about things. Can you give us any tips, being head of the Stress Management Society, that people can employ to maybe lighten the load, lighten the burden a bit? How can we sleep easy?
Absolutely. The first step is not to hide. As Claire said, recognition is a key part of it. One of the things that we learned from our studies, 2 in 5 Brits suggested they'd prefer to be caught in an embarrassing situation, such as having sex or having your flies undone or being caught with your dress stuck in your knickers, than to talk about their financial dealings.
All the time, it does, Neil, to me. All three of us.
And actually sort of being able to face it head on and being clear about what your budgets are, setting priorities, asking for help. It's great that banks like Atom are taking the steps to support people in managing their finances, but there are many different ways that you can ensure that you get help, whether that's talking through your finances with your partner rather than leading it to an argument about money. Whether that's kind of talking to friends or colleagues. But as I said, the first step, once we've recognised what the challenges are, then taking appropriate action to start building our financial resilience, which in turn better equips us to cope with stress. But as you develop more resilience in your life in general, through exercise, through diet, through meditation, mindfulness, whatever it is, you'll find that you have a much more balanced mind. And when you're approaching challenges and problems in your life, you're better equipped to cope with them. So actually one of the ways to deal with financial stress is just to deal with stress, full stop.
So don't sweep things under the carpet. If there is a problem, yes, it might be stressful dealing with it, but once it's dealt with or out in the open, it can be a lot less stressful, and it's maybe not as bad as you first thought.
Absolutely. We spend 90% of our lives worrying about things that might never happen. Now, if we put all of that effort and energy into things that we can actually practically take action against, we'll find that, not only does our stress improve, but we're better equipped to cope with whatever challenges life throws at us.
It's always the what if, isn't it? And sometimes the what if won't happen. So it's a case of, I get that totally. I know there's a lot of husbands out there, and I am stereotyping, but I know a lot of men that maybe if they are having financial difficulties, or the family is, they keep it from the wives, they keep it from the partners, and that's a dangerous thing to do, really, isn't it? Because two people on a job can make it a lot easier.
And Matt, there's another very important issue that we are focusing on this year for National Stress Awareness Day. There's some shocking statistics that have come out this year. The main reason for death in a man under the age of 45 is suicide. 76% of all successful suicides are men. They tend to bury their problems. They don't talk about it. They push them down. And one of the things that we are focusing on for the whole of November at the Stress Management Society is raising awareness of men's mental health issues. It is a serious problem in modern society because men don't talk about their problems, particularly young men, and they are suffering.
So we need to all stop being ostriches and just air our problems, don't we, and speak to our partners and professionals like yourself.
Absolutely. Talking about your stress and asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. And actually being able to reach out and express yourself and let people know when you're not coping is actually the first step. And there are many organisations such as ourselves. There's CALM, the Campaign Against Living Miserably, Mind, and various other organisations. In fact, Prince William, Prince Harry, and have also just started a big campaign from the Royal Foundation about ensuring that we are taking appropriate steps. What we're doing here with the work we've been doing with Atom around financial stress is a small part of the bigger jigsaw around raising awareness of issues around mental health, particularly for men, because they are less likely to reach out for help and talk about their problems.
No, thanks, Neil. And Claire, just before you go, if anybody wants to contact Atom Bank or get further information on maybe starting on the journey of improving the finances and reducing some much-needed stress, hopefully, how do we go about contacting you?
So you can find out more information about Atom at our website, which is atombank.co.uk. You can also follow us at Atom Bank Official on Facebook.
Brilliant. Well, thank you.